Aristotle's Poetics, a detailed exploration. Introduction. Aristotle's Poetics, written in the 4th century BCE, is the earliest surviving work of dramatic theory and the first extant philosophical treatise to focus on literary theory. It offers a groundbreaking analysis of poetry, primarily tragedy and epic poetry, seeking to understand their nature, purpose, and effectiveness. Though incomplete, Poetics has profoundly influenced Western literary criticism and theory for centuries, shaping our understanding of storytelling, drama, and the arts in general. Theme or idea. The central theme of Poetics is mimesis, imitation. Aristotle argues that poetry is fundamentally an imitation of life, human actions, and emotions. However, this is not a mere copying. Rather, it involves a creative process where the poet selects, arranges, and interprets elements of reality to create a unified and meaningful artistic work. Aristotle also explores the concept of catharsis, the emotional release experienced by the audience through pity and fear when witnessing a tragedy. He argues that tragedy, by arousing these emotions, allows the audience to purge themselves of them, achieving a sense of emotional balance and understanding. Background or literary context. Poetics was written during the classical period of ancient Greece, a time of flourishing artistic and intellectual activity. Greek tragedy, exemplified by playwrights like Sophocles and Euripides, had reached its peak, and Aristotle sought to understand the principles that made these plays so powerful and effective. The work can be seen as a response to Plato's critique of poetry in the Republic, where Plato argued that poetry, as an imitation of appearances, is twice removed from reality and can have a corrupting influence on the soul. Aristotle, while acknowledging the imitative nature of poetry, defends its value by emphasizing its cognitive and emotional benefits. Language and style. Poetics is written in a concise and analytical style, typical of Aristotle's philosophical works. He uses precise terminology and logical arguments to develop his ideas. The language is dense and sometimes challenging, reflecting the complexity of the subject matter. Intertextuality. Poetics engages with the works of earlier poets and playwrights, particularly Homer, Sophocles, and Euripides. Aristotle frequently cites examples from their works to illustrate his points and support his arguments. This intertextual approach demonstrates his deep understanding of the literary tradition and his ability to draw insights from specific examples. Genre. Poetics is a treatise, a formal and systematic exposition of a particular subject. It is not a historical account or a collection of anecdotes, but rather a theoretical inquiry into the nature and principles of poetry. Scholars' view. Poetics has been the subject of countless interpretations and debates throughout history. Some scholars have focused on its prescriptive aspects, seeing it as a set of rules for writing good poetry. Others have emphasized its descriptive nature, arguing that it seeks to analyze and understand the existing poetic practices rather than to dictate how poetry should be written. Importance. Poetics is a foundational work in literary theory, providing a framework for understanding the nature and function of literature. It has influenced generations of writers, critics, and scholars, shaping our understanding of concepts like plot, character, catharsis, and mimesis. Its insights remain relevant today, offering valuable tools for analyzing and appreciating literary works. Conclusion. Aristotle's Poetics is a complex and challenging work, but it offers invaluable insights into the art of poetry. By exploring the concepts of mimesis and catharsis, Aristotle provides a framework for understanding the emotional and cognitive impact of literature. While some of his specific prescriptions may be debated, his fundamental principles continue to resonate with readers and writers, making Poetics an enduring and essential work in the history of literary theory.